Trump has named Mick Mulvaney as his acting chief of staff, and right as that happened, a video surfaced during Trump's campaign featuring Mick Mulvaney calling Trump a specific name. Let me refresh your memory, take a look.
Are you supporting your party's candidate for the presidency and why?
Sure. If I have any chance to accomplish what the majority of the 5th District of South Carolina sent me to Washington to do, Donald Trump has to be president, period, that's it. Do I like Donald Trump? No. Is he a role model for two of my 16-year-old triplets, who those of you who don't know about me, 2 boys and a girl? Is he a role model for my sons? Absolutely not. Yes, I'm supporting Donald Trump. I'm doing so as enthusiastically as I can, given the fact I think he's a terrible human being. But the choice on the other side is just as bad.
So Mulvaney called him a terrible human being. Again, this was just days before the election. And Trump apparently didn't know about it until recently. In fact, Axios is reporting that Trump is furious about this behind the scenes. And he told an outside advisor, quote, "Did you know Mulvaney called me a terrible human being back during the campaign?" So
I love this story. Okay, so First of all, most of the rest of the media has only the 11 seconds where he calls him a terrible human being. TYT Investigates uncovered the whole 4 minutes where it actually goes off on Trump even more. So 1, go check it out on TYT Investigates Facebook page. Number 2, send it to Trump. Wait till he gets a load of the whole 4 minutes. He's gonna be furious. The other reason I love the story is, I told you. He never does any homework. You're hiring a chief of staff. You want to ask around, does he support me? I mean, like isn't that the number one thing you're concerned about? Is he loyal to you? But he can't help himself. He just can't do any homework. So he didn't check in on it. And now he finds out, yeah, just like every other person on the planet, your chief of staff thinks you're an idiot and a terrible person.
So what is he gonna do? Because I mean, I think Mick Mulvaney's position as chief of staff will be short-lived, and no one else wants to be his chief of staff. I mean, even Chris Christie turned down that job offer. So I mean,
he'll eat up anything.
Anyway, okay. And then Mulvaney apparently has a history of saying some negative things about Trump. In fact, he had some strong statements about Trump's border wall. So let me give you that, it's graphic 59. The fence doesn't solve the problem. Is it necessary to have one? Sure. Would it help? Sure. But to just say build a darn fence and have that be the end of an immigration discussion is absurd and almost childish for someone running for president to take that simplistic of a view. Again, that's Mick Mulvaney in 2015.
Yeah, and I mean, it goes on and on. He also said, and credit in this case to CNN's K-File for discovering this one. He says, and by the way, the bottom line is the fence doesn't stop anybody who really wants to get across. You go under, you go around, you go through it. And that's what the ranchers tell us, is that they don't need a fence. I mean, he went on for a long time. At the end, he said, so it's easy to tell people what they want to hear. Build a darn fence, vote for me.
Right.
That's exactly what Trump did.
But let's be clear, the enemy of my enemy is not my friend. Mick Mulvaney's a terrible, terrible person. He's actually, I think tied in terms of being a terrible person. What he did at the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, dismantling it, getting rid of consumer protections, enabling payday lenders and banks to prey on people, especially our veterans. He's a terrible person himself. So there is no good guy in this story. Both Trump and Mulvaney are horrible, so.
Yeah, so look, I got no love for Mulvaney. And so if Trump fires him, like within a day, that'll be awesome.
Yeah.
Mulvaney is one of the worst guys in government. I don't know who's gonna last longer though, because when we're just all going around as if Mueller isn't going to drop a bomb. He is. It's gonna be, don't get me wrong, political, QAnon, it's not a literal one, okay? And when he drops that political bomb on Trump's head, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be really bad. Does anybody really think that after all those indictments and all those guilty pleas that Mueller's gonna turn around and be like, oh no, it turns out Trump didn't do anything? At this point, who can possibly believe that, right? So yeah, Trump might fire Mulvaney at a peak, but then we might fire Trump before he even gets to Mulvaney. On the go? Don't worry, we got you covered. You can still listen to TYT at our new podcast network. Find us on Apple Podcasts, the Google Play Store, or at tyt.com/podcast.